Hello there. This is the 100 subscriber special. I'm going to be telling you how to play like me, how to play like Ferra. So, I'm going to show you guys a checklist on what we're going to go through today, and yeah, check it out. Now, first thing that I'm going to want to get into is the settings. So, these are my interface preferences. Now, I keep teammate outline and reload indicator off. The reason I have these two things off is purely preferential. There is nothing that gives you an advantage in having both of those off. The next thing that I'm going to touch up on is audio. Now, audio is the utmost important thing in Rainbow Six Siege. I can't stress this enough. Fucking sound whoring is the best thing ever. And dynamic range really helps with that. I set my dynamic range to night mode because it makes footsteps much easier to hear, and it makes gunshots a lot quieter so that you're not getting ear raped every time you fire a shot. The next thing that we're going to talk about is video. Now, I turn VSync off mostly because it's a T-Hunt thing, and I warm up in T-Hunt, and when VSync is on, everything is delayed and it looks laggy and trash. It makes the game utter shit. So I do not have that on, and my brightness is at 75, mostly because my monitor works with that. I really like to keep my brightness at 75 because I can see enemies no matter how dark the place. Okay, now it's time for us to get into the actually exciting part of the video. These are going to be my controls. So look inversion is disabled. Now I think that if you use look inversion, you are probably disabled. I'm sorry for saying that. Vibration is also disabled. I do not like when my controller vibrates in my hands. I don't like that at all. And my vertical sensitivity, that is 35. I use that because it helps me control recoil. My horizontal sensitivity is at 85, but I change that about every single freaking day. I never put it below 85 though. 85 is the lowest I'll go because I like to be fast as fuck, boy, and that really helps out with being fast as fuck. My controller rotation is on classic, mostly because when it's on updated, it impairs my ability to be fast as fuck, and I like to be fast as fuck, as you can probably tell from what I've been saying this whole video. My aim assist is off. Now, I would strongly recommend that if you warm up in T-Hunt, because you're not really getting a warm up if it's on, because aim assist is not turned on when you play ranked, or if you play cash, or if you play any game mode that's not T-Hunt. So yeah, I strongly recommend that you turn that off. My aim down sights is on 45. I really like it there because it sort of just keeps that balance in between, like, holy shit, I am accurate as fuck, and holy shit, I am fast as fuck. I keep my gadget deployment on toggle. That's mostly because when you're trying to bandit trick, you won't really be able to fucking bandit trick unless you have it on toggle. I won't explain why in this video, but just take my word for it, it's much easier to bandit trick if that is set on toggle. And my drone deployment is on advanced, mostly because that is just objectively the better option, gives you more control over your gameplay. Okay, let's talk about my controller layout. Now, my controller layout is on default. I don't know anyone that does not play on default, but there might be that odd person that plays on like lefty or something. Holy shit. Finally, we're done with the settings. I was starting to get bored there. I hope you weren't. So, now let's get right into how I play Siege as a player. I'm an aggressive player. Anyone that's played against me can vouch for that. I peek things I shouldn't, I rush when I shouldn't, but all of that is unexpected, and that's why it works. I play to be the most unpredictable player and the most annoying person to get into a gunfight with. I will spam crouch and spam lean if I have to, and maybe even pull out a blitz or something. I am just a toxic player. So, first thing being a toxic player is your sensitivity. We just went through that. Keeping it high. Now, having a high sensitivity means that you can easily turn on people and flick on them. So if you're in a gunfight with multiple enemies, then you can easily kill them. But if you have, like, let's say a 30 horizontal, you might not be able to hit that 180 and fucking flick on somebody. If you're thinking of switching your sends after this video, which I highly recommend, if you're running slow sends, you might want to up those a bit or change your dead zones, anything like that, just to make sure that you can land those shots. Don't make your sends too high, because then you'll end up potatoing and you'll look like an absolute retard when you're fucking playing at like a plat level. Now, most people in this game have something called a main, which is an operator that they like to play, and they pretty much only choose that operator, and they'll get pissed at you if you take that operator. Now, let me tell you something. Don't have a fucking main. Do not have mains. Having a main is such like a caveman mentality type of thing. Like, this is my operator. Okay, I'm sorry, but let me tell you why you should not have a main. I'm gonna quote Bruce Lee for this one. Be like water. When you get poured into a pot, become the pot. Now, what that quote means is be a versatile player. Now, any dumbass would fucking miss that point. Be like, hey, you like water. Okay, I'm sorry. Again. But holy shit, man. Some people that have mains, you're just kind of weird. So don't have a main, please. You want to be the best player ever, man. You want to be able to use every operator. Every op should be your main. If you insist on having a main, make your main recruit or something. Okay, so now I'm gonna skim straight through my attachments. Now I'm gonna go with the ops that I have the most kills on, which is Ash and Vigil. So on Ash, I usually run her R4C, but I've been running the G36 lately. I'll tell you both their attachments, aka their loadouts. So with my G36C, I like to run a ACOG with an angled grip and a flash hider. That is a really good class in my opinion, because you are fast as fuck when you use it. Now on the R4C, I use a hollow vertical grip with a flash hider, mostly because that is best for recoil, and the R4C doesn't have recoil anyway. So, and on Vigil, I pretty much only run the K1A and SMG-12 because I'm banned from the Boss G. So on the K1A, I run a hollow with a flash hider and an angled grip. That makes you fast as fuck. And on the SMG-12, I run a vertical grip with a hollow sight. Now, finally, if you actually stayed to the end of the fucking boring ass video, I'd like to say thank you to all 100 of you. That most of you I met on Xbox, actually, you know. Told you to go subscribe to me, and thanks for subscribing to me. Thanks for actually viewing my videos and stuff, and thank you for viewing this one. So, I hope you learned something new today, and keep it G, broski, yoski, hoski. I'm such a Kyle. Bye.